Hi everyone, it's Stephen here and welcome back to episode 3. You can see it's autumn in Lando Town. Today we're going to be just taking a quick look at Green Peak, our suburban area that we developed last time. I want to make a few changes to that. The main things we're going to be doing today are we're going to be adding a bus depot and some taxi service for all our people. We're going to be adding a power plant as well because at the moment I don't have one and we're having to import all of our power, and I think we can sort all of that out and have a little bit of surplus left over to make a little bit of income on what's left. And then we're finally going to make a logging camp over in this forest area here and put a few little attractions and make it a small little village that people can go and visit, that people might stay, those that work in this logging area. So we'll come on to that last of all. That should look quite nice. We do have a lot of demand for industrial, so I will maybe expand this out a little bit more. I don't want to make this too much bigger, but that's something we're definitely going to be doing. Hopefully this office area that I made last week, that hasn't really materialized to much, maybe 3 buildings, but hopefully that's going to grow and expand. I might further extend out this way a little bit more. We'll come on to what we're going to do with that later as well. And we are going to address some of these issues that I've got with happiness and hopefully make our people a little bit happier. So let's jump right in, guys, and get started. Okay, first things first, I'm going to quickly go in and just make a few changes, and then I'll explain to you what I've done afterwards. Right, there we go. So we finished that Green Peak area. So a couple of things I've done. I've put a main road in here, and I've put trees and grass either side. And the same with the road going into the small village as well. I think that gives it that little suburban feel. Makes it feel like you're definitely driving into a greener area. I've also gone and put some more low residential area in here, with some commercial as well, just to spruce up the area. And then in the centre, I've put in both a dog park and a small playground, or a small park with a car park as well. I'm aware that there's no parking down this main street, so people are going to need it. And we've kept the parking free at $3, £3, whatever you want to call it. And I've also inserted down here in this little bit of space we've got another farming area, a livestock one. So there, that's all looking pretty good. We'll press play in a minute and see how that starts to develop, but that should look really nice. We've currently got 76 households, 100 residents. I assume that little paw means people that have dogs or pets, and average wealth is quite wealthy, so quite a nice area. I think we're going to get to unlock some of these policies. We won't be able to use some of those in this area at level 5, and that's coming up soon in 600 or 700 XP points, so we might get to that today. I'm sure there's a lot more things that we can unlock, including like highways and things like that, which should be fun implementing, as I don't really have any experience with highways, so we'll have to really think about how we're going to get our road network looking realistic and getting that down. So next thing on the list is going to be our buses and taxis. So we flick over to the transportation section, and we've got our bus depot here, and we've also got a garage and repairs workshop for taxis. Also houses with small dispatch office can be upgraded with an extra garage, a dispatch centre and electrical cars. So it's quite a lot to that. How big is this area? So I'm thinking some of this I could put into our, is it a nice fit here? Because I could add this into our office area. Slightly too big. It would fit there, but I'd have to get rid of that building. And the same here. I could have that going along there if I wanted as well. And this is what I was saying earlier. I might build a small section coming off here. I can put some high residential houses in there a little bit later on if we get some demand for that. I could also have another sort of office commercial industry here. Maybe start to link up our trains. I have a train station here when that comes in. I'm just trying to plan ahead, because I can imagine once you've got all access to all these different transportations, it's going to get a little bit crazy. I don't want to have to start knocking down whole sections. If you plan ahead a little bit, that can really bode well for us going forward. So before we do that though, I am going to go in and have a look at our power situation. You can see here that we're currently importing 86,000 worth of electric or power. So if we take a look at our electricity here, you can see our consumption is 17.47 megawatts. And if we go to power, you can see small coal plant is going to give us 20 megawatts. So that's much better, and it's only 65,000 a month upkeep. Obviously it's 100,000 up front, but we're not going to have to shell out £86,000 every single month. So I think it's going to be worthwhile to put that in, and like I said, any surplus we've got will get sold on. So where am I going to be able to fit this? I don't know if I want it along that main street. I definitely want it in this area here. So yeah, I think we're going to go and put this over in this area here. If we delete this road first of all, we should just be able to build straight over the top. It looks like I've left space there, so let's see if we can. This is not ideal, because I'm going to have to relocate this now. So let's get rid of that. Don't press delete on it, God. And then let's move it to there. That's a little bit better. Noise pollution for our transformer is quite low, so I might actually just put this in the corner. I accidentally built two. That's slightly annoying. I'll just have to take the loss on 30,000 there. Right, that is slightly annoying, but there we go. And then the plan now is to straighten this road up. So firstly I'm going to get this down, make sure it's 90 degrees, connect it up. I will get rid of these buildings, and then we'll zone all this in, because I think they're crying out at the moment for industrial demand. There we go, that's starting to look a little bit better. I might put some more industrial in here. And the plan is, and what I'd like to do, so it acts as a bit of a buffer, is put tons of vegetation in here. We do want this area to be nice and dense with trees. I think it looks quite nice if you've got a good tree line along the waterfront. We'll do the same that side as well, so that looks much better. And let's just fix this last bit here. There we go, and we'll delete those so these rebuild as well. This one's having issues with power. Really? Don't know why. What's wrong with it? Should be fine, no? It's connected up to the road there. So that's not an issue. I think it'll be okay when I press play again. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that too much. And the rest should be zoned in. I don't know why that little area there is not zoned in. I might delete. I might leave that, see if that zones in. Okay, so we've got that sorted. That's brilliant. What I might do is delete this road here and bring in the water line up and around and make almost like a canal going through the city. Yeah, because once I put that in, one, that'll look really aesthetically pleasing for the city. But once I've got that in there, I can then start to build an industrial area the other side. I think it'd be quite nice to have a river going around our logging camp that we're going to put together up here. So yeah, let's have a little play around with that now. So I'll do that and see how it looks after. And you can let me know in the comments what you think. Before we continue that, we do need to buy this land. We're going to buy it anyway today because we're going to have that logging area in play. So let's go ahead and snap up those tiles now. I will leave that one in case we need to purchase this one a little bit later. So let's go ahead and buy those. There we go. And then we'll continue to just get this bit drawn out. Right, there we go. That'll be quite nice when that fills in. I assume that is low enough for the water to fill in. Yep, it looks like it's going to be. And that'll look quite nice when that fills it all the way around. We do have to make sure we're not flooding the city though, because if we do that, that's game over. We're going to be starting again from scratch. So that'll be good. It just means we can put some nice bridges in going across here up to our logging camp, and also going to have some up across here. And with this side here, so we've left this little space here. This is where I'd like to get some more industrial buildings in, and maybe some commercial and some offices mixed in with that. I think that will look brilliant. And we've just unlocked Tiny Town, which is brilliant. That gives us 7 more tiles we can buy, 5 more development points, which is a lot, and 1.2 million. So we don't have to worry about going over our budget too much. That gives us plenty of playing room, and it gives us a chance to build lots of things that we want to build today. So if we take a look at our progression panel, you'll see we've unlocked more loan limit, mixed housing, and EU mixed housing as well. Vegetable farming, so that could be quite cool. Coal mining, communications, so it gives us a new development tree. We've got post offices, which we can put mailboxes all around now, so that should be quite fun implementing that. We've got lots of policies as well. That's what I talked about earlier. So policies we can put into place, like in our suburban area, we might put speed bumps. I think that's quite good, because hopefully we want people to be driving slow, especially around school areas as well. That could be quite useful. So definitely something to be implementing there. Yeah, so I finished putting that little island together, and I've laid that out. I've got both our bus depot here and our taxi depot here, and I've also put across here this nice little bridge you can see. That's a pedestrian bridge, so people from town can easily come across and walk across if they want to walk to work. I've also got some commercial near both the taxi and the bus depot, so that hopefully going to feel a little bit more realistic. I've put some parking in as well, and then I think just the way I've set it out, it's got some nice little gaps between all our industrial buildings, so that should look quite good. We are going to adjust the pricing and go for the Jacob's Village Famous 5, and that's starting to take shape, so it's looking really good. So I've gone away and made some further changes. You can see here I've connected this road up to this main road here, just so it's got another way in. They don't have to drive all the way through town if they want to get into this industrial area. And then I've made a little pocket of low density housing here, and then over this side, again over the back of this commercial area, I've made another block of low density housing. I've made these all European style, so we'll see what these look like just along the back here. I have had a bit of a think, and I think this area here with this industrial zone, I think it's just going to be too big. I think people are going to be complaining that they can't get to that area, and they're going to need more workers. It's just not going to be, people aren't going to be able to commute. So I'm going to revamp all of this, put the industrial area down the end, and then in a second I'm going to put a road going up here into our logging area that we're going to have in the middle. I think that's going to look quite nice. That's going to be something different that maybe a lot of you haven't seen before. Just a little cute logging area there, maybe a little campfire in the woods. I think that'd be quite fitting. A small pocket of houses, so it'll be like a little village. Yeah, I think that'll look great. So we're going to get on to roading that up now. So we've got our main road put in. We put in a little cute bridge, emerald bridge. It's even got its own little name. That's very cute. We've connected up to that side as well. What I'm going to do now is just put a few little gravel roads in here. You see, I already made this gravel. The plan is to have our little campfire area, little parking, and then obviously the industrial logging. So we'll put that in first. Let's get these roads in quick. Right, there we go. So that's my little logging camp. You see I've got a car park. I've put a little park in there as well. We've got our campsite, fireplace. We've just scattered in a little bit commercial, but mostly lots of small houses. The idea is there's going to be some small shops. There's going to be, obviously you've got our forestry industry there, that most of the people living in that area are going to be working in that area as well. So they can live out there. They don't have to travel out to do anything else. It's like they can do everything on site. So we're going to quickly zone this up or make it into a little district. Perfect. Looking really good. Let's call it. Keep it simple for now. If you guys have got any ideas for a name, but we're going to call it something logging camp. We can have a think about some good names that we might come up with for that little area. And you see that looks pretty good. We'll give it a second. When those houses come in, that will look really good. That'll like a legit lovely little community that you'd want to work in, especially if you're a lumberjack. Okay, so let's press play and see how this looks. You can see I've also added in a little bit of vegetation, especially those areas where there's no point putting any houses, and along what will be our little canal, our little river going through the city here. So let's press play and just let that sort itself out. We should hopefully have some taxis coming in. Now we've got in our little what do we call it? A taxi depot. It is a taxi depot. We've got our bus depot in as well, so that's brilliant. I haven't put any upgrades in on those yet, but we've got some room here. I can always move some of these around if I want to put those upgrades in. I think at the moment that's going to be plenty. So I will go about now having a little think about what I could do for bus routes. So what I'm thinking, because they don't have to come out of there, I'm thinking we need something in downtown. We're going to have something that goes around our downtown area, perhaps running along the outskirts here. That would look quite nice. Let's go in and do that now. So we're going to put some bus shelters in. I feel like this will be the best option, especially in town. If it's more suburban areas, then we won't bother. We'll just keep it as a little bus stop. So when the game's finished freezing, there we go. I don't know if we just set up a nice simple loop to begin with. Maybe starting here. Maybe coming into this area here. And I think it's important we get all of these on the same side of the road. So I might have to delete that bus stop which is fine. Pop musician mansion. That looks quite cool. The terrace of this house is perfect for the parties the pop star living here loves to throw. So I don't. Does that look like more of a building you have in your suburbs? I don't know. We can take a look at that in a minute, because that would be interesting. Put one there and one there. That's a nice simple loop. We can connect all of those up. So if we go to our bus routes, let's select the favorite color of mine, and that's purple. Our first bus route can be purple. Nice. So I think if we click on these, it goes into that shelter. I don't really want it to go that way. I'd rather it... Why won't it go the way I want it to go? Let's go this way. See if it can connect them up. So far so good. Oh, I don't know why I didn't select that. There you go. Can I drag that across? There we go. That's a nice route. Oh, I don't know what's happening here. Oh, there we go. Oh no. I thought I had it. Right, we're just going to leave it like that. That's the best it's going to get at the moment. The buses will have to go down that small road. Sorry guys. I think that one's in. Perfect. Let's call this Central Downtown Line. Oh, look at that. Nice creative names once again, guys. You know what to expect from me. Yes, that looks good. What I'm going to do from here. Oh, look, you can already see the buses are coming in, taxis as well. So that looks great. Oh, hold up, guys. Hold up. Hold up. We've got our first accident. Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Securing accident site. The police car's on site. Looks like there's been a motorcycle in an incident. And he's been involved in an accident with the muscle car. Oh, boom. Popped up straight away. Look at that. Couldn't have been too bad. Looks fit. Looks fit for purpose. Right, good news is our little low residential areas coming in. We've got our basketball court, small playground, car parking. That all looks brilliant. That looks like a nice little area to live in. Brilliant. Easy access to work here and to the main downtown, to our main city hub. So that's brilliant. And we've got this area coming in here off Elizabeth Street, and that's going to run all the way along the back. I have put in a fancy little, well, fancy for me, because this is kind of level I'm at. I've put in some no left and right turns here, so hopefully this should flow nicely as it gets a little bit more busy. So that's all looking great. I'm going to go ahead now quickly, just put in some small districts here. We're calling that Emerson Grove. We're going to call it Emerson Hub. There we go. Orchard Way, that's okay. Springtown, Pearl Acres, Linden Bluff. And I realised earlier that I've made a mistake here, because I do need to connect this up to our outside lines here. So can I flip this round and have it the opposite way? Right, let's try that. Can I run the line across here? Nice, that worked out really nice. I'm hoping that building can still go up. I'm glad I could do that, and I didn't have to demolish anything to make that happen. So that was really good. So you can see storage 17.5 tons of coal, electricity production 5.2 megawatts. Are we still having to buy some of this in? 69. Is that due to our lack of coal? says 26% efficiency. I'm going to have to, I realise now that on some of our services, especially electricity, we've got this down at, so it costs us an extra 8,000 to get that up to full whack, up to 100%. And I think hopefully, is that going to change it straight away? Ah, there you go, 20.6 megawatts production. Will this now? We might have to wait for a small moment, but hopefully now next month that will bring that down to 0. Let's quickly check our consumption. 19. Yep, so we are producing just about enough there. I assume if we go over, then we're going to have to import the rest in. That's fine. What's happened here to this building? Abandoned, so we can delete that. That's a shame. That was quite a nice looking building. Brilliant. Let's start to add in some more bus routes then. I would like to have some bus routes coming out into Linden Bluff, and then another bus route going out into Umberdale over there. I'm going to leave, oh, we could have one going out into the logging camp as well. Well, I'm quite happy with that. So that bus line starts in our hub here, goes round, touches with that one, so if they want to change between lines, they've got the option. And they go up round here, through Linden Bluff, do a loop of Umberdale, through our industrial zone here, Garland Heights, up through the login camp, and then they come back round through Orchard Way. That's a pretty nice loop. I'm happy with that. So if I go back in now and check that bus route, click here, length 10k, let's call this outer reach. Outer reach loop. There we go, something different from line. There we go. Nice, that's all coming together. You can see our bus is going round. That's excellent. And if we click on, so we've got usage 7%, usage 0%. So we'll have a look at those. The longer they run, hopefully they'll pick up more people, and hopefully people will become more familiar. Out of anything with this game, it takes time for stuff to come together and happen, basically. And you can see here, speaking of time, we've got our river slowly coming in from both ends. It takes a little while to get down there, but I think that'll look really good when that comes through, so that's brilliant. So we still have lots of demand for industrial. I'm planning on putting a little industrial hub here. I think that'll look quite good as well. Nothing too big, just a small little one, because I don't want to, again, the pollution to drift over into this town here. They've all got the poo. The last thing I want is the pollution as well. So pollution and poo equals nightmare scenario. So we're going to keep that down low, and then we're going to put in perhaps another row housing district here, and then some housing here as well. We are going to add a little bit to this, make it look a little bit more special, so let's do that now. Alright, I'm going to delete those. Why, when I do it, does it give me really funny shaped lines? Right, I see other people put nice curvy, swervy paths in, and it looks so good, and they make it look easy to do. I think I'm going to go and try again, second time lucky. We're going to go for the simple curve. I'm not going to over, what's the word I'm looking for? Not that word I just said. I'm not going to make this any more difficult than it needs to be. Okay, I still feel like that's a bit crappy. Again, didn't join up very nice, did it? Now I found a tool I like. How much better does that look? I should have been using the continuous tool the whole time. That looks so much better already. yeah, a few trees and learning how to use the continuous building tool, and that looks so much better now. How much better does that look? I'm well chuffed with that. A little bit of practice, a little bit of experiment, and you can learn quite a lot on this game, and you can really get some good effects. So yeah, super happy with that. So yeah, let's get all this area zoned up for a little bit of industrial here, and then some housing down here, and let's see how that looks when I've finished. Right, you can see I finally got that completed, and we just need to level this bit out now. So you can see there, just gently following along the roadside. The water will fill up here, which will be great when I press play. But you can see now I've got a nice little industrial area, nice little harbour there. So I'm going to go in, zone that up, and I can imagine this will fill out pretty quickly. I might sprinkle in a little bit of commercial here as well. There we go, and that's taken shape. We'll quickly put a district in as well. And we have Garland Corner. Fitting. But there we go. So I've got that little road network drawn up. Again, we'll get this and lay it out. There we go. That's Evergreen Downs at the bottom there. That looks really nice. So let's get a little dog park in. And I might even think about doing the Jacobs Village special and getting in another parking lot as well. What size do we go for? Let's go for the medium. That fits in there nicely around our commercial and our dog park. That looks brilliant. Cool, when that fills up, that'll look brilliant. We are going to get in some vegetation as well. Try and get quite a lot in, so we've got lots between the houses and along this canal slash river that we've got going on. Alright, there we go. I think that is enough. I like the look of that. Alright, let's press play and see how this is looking. So you can see that our water's nearly all the way around. So the little river we put in there has started to come together. We've got Pearl Acres, we've got Springtown, they've all filled in. Orchard Way, that's all filled in as well. And then let's take a look at our little Briar logging camp. That's starting to look really cool. I really do like the look of that. You've got your parking in the middle, you've got your campfire site here. 6,000 a month, but oh well. Oh, Walter Pines, a stone monolith that diversifies and enhances its surroundings. That looks pretty cool. We'll see if there's a place for that a little bit later. And here comes the bus. 7 passengers. That's pretty cool. Outer Reach Loop. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving that logging camp there. I think that looks really good. And if you look at it there on the map, that looks brilliant. It does look like a, if you think about what it would look like on a proper map, that would look pretty cool in the middle of a forest. That would look brilliant. Somewhere you want to go and visit, the intrigue of what living in that little village would look like. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, I'm going to sort out that industrial area in a little bit. What I am going to do though, I'm going to put in some more. I'm going to leave that actually. I was going to put in some more commercial here, but I'll leave it. And let's see if this is all slowly filling in. I'm hoping, yeah, that is all below the water level, so that will fill in, and that looks pretty cool. All that around the outside there, I am really happy with that. That does look excellent. We are going to quickly go and polish up the floor here. But I think the fact that you can make it look like light blue water, that will be great if we want to build like a little holiday island or something like that. That could look really good because you can make the water look crystal clear. Okay, we'll leave that like that for now. I can touch that up a little bit later on. But that looks wicked. When those buildings come up, that will start to look great. Wow, that is filling in pretty quick. I'm really happy with that. We do have a lot of demand again for our industrial zoning. So I'm going to have to think about somewhere I might put that. So let's go over and just take a quick look at our service trade. We're not trading any services currently. Monthly balance minus 61,000. Let's take a quick look at our services. Electricity, we're only importing 12 now, so that's not too bad. So we're only relying on them a small amount. If I was to put in something else, that would definitely mean we start exporting. But I think if you put 10 power plants in, I don't think you could make a profit exporting your goods, so it's not worthwhile doing it until we need it. I'm happy where that is for now. So before we wrap up the episode, I'm going to quickly go and take a look at our star guy, Mr. Lando. How's he doing? He's had his party. I'm so happy with Liv Crosby. We're getting married. Oh, congratulations, Lando. Congratulations. Great news for you. Let's check out, see where you are at the moment. Oh, he's currently at home, still in the same house. She's obviously fallen for him because of his Mustang. That's obviously done it. Obviously done it. So congratulations to him. And thank you all for joining me. It's been a pleasure again. And don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you want to follow our journey. We will be revamping this whole industrial area up here. We're going to be getting rid of that, maybe making it a little bit smaller, extending our low residential here, and hopefully next time you join me we will have Garland Corner up and running, and that will be looking good. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.